What's up, you guys? I wanted to talk to you guys. This is some real rap for us, especially as women, men too, but really as women, because we see a lot more cases of women, in these domestic violence relationships and being taken at the hands of someone who claimed to love you. And I just want to say this: if you're in a domestic relationship, if you're with a toxic guy, if you're with a guy who has threatened your life, even for men, if you're with a woman who has threatened your life, if you're with a woman who constantly want to bring chaos to your life, by bringing other men in the mix, trying to threaten you, saying that they're going to get their new man, their new boyfriend to get you and seek revenge on you because you might have cheated on her or whatever the case may be, it's not cool. And you need to tread lightly. You need to not take it and just brush it off your shoulders like, oh no, they wouldn't do nothing, because you never know what people are capable of doing. It's not to say that you're a sucker, it's not to say that you're weak, but sometimes it's not about being tough. It's not about, oh, I can beat you. It's not about that. It's about your safety, especially when you have children. Because I've told y'all, that's why I'm in Texas, because I'm not taking the risk. I don't know if what he was really up to that day. No, he doesn't have a history of domestic violence or anything. He doesn't have a record, but he does have things that he has done that's not on public record, that he hasn't necessarily done to other women that I'm aware of, but that he has told me that he's committed in the streets. You know what I'm saying? Even though people lie, you never know, but you can tell a lot by a person by what they say and how they move and the repetition of their behaviors. And for me, being as though a woman who has dealt with several guys, I know when something's just weird with a person, and you gotta be on your P's and Q's and just pick up and listen to your intuition. Like I've been telling y'all, we have to learn how to listen to our intuition, because it's life or death. A lot of this stuff is truly life or death. It's life or death, and you don't want to put yourself in a situation where you getting taken away from your kids because of your insatiable desire for love, that you just rushing into anything and you just willing to settle for anything. And I just saw a story on Viral Crimes about, and this is true. I mean, I know this to be true because of my own experiences. This situation was a girl, two girls and the guy, the girl's baby dad, or her boyfriend. I don't know if it was her baby dad or not. I think it was. But he conspired with another. He was cheating on her with another girl. And some of these girls are so jealous of the main girl. They so jealous of the ex, the wife, the ex-wife, the baby mama. You got women out here, because men, this is what I'm saying, they are great manipulators. And especially these narcissistic ones who like to triangulate and they purposely get with rebound girls. They really they really still have feelings and unsolved issues with their ex, but they go jump to another situation. And girls do this too, because if y'all pay attention to if y'all know about the LaTruths, that's what his wife is doing now. And it's just sad to see. It's sad to see how, there's men and women who will go to great heights to destroy you. They really do want you dead because they can't have you no more. Sometimes with my big heart and the many of y'all big hearts, it ain't even just having a big heart. It's just having a forgiving heart and just not wanting to harbor on to hate and really wanting best for people and really wanting to believe in people and believe that people can be changed and believe that people can be different for you and believe that people can really change. But you gotta be realistic about things. Sometimes people don't want to change, and you can't. It ain't amount of prayers you can do to make them change. It's not your job. You gotta realize sometimes you gotta take your hand off of people. You're gonna be praying for years, and when that person is purposely working against your prayers, they purposely working against God and not with God. And no amount of prayers is gonna work, and God gonna keep revealing to you that, hey, stop praying. You holding up the prayer line, praying for a person who don't even want to get into alignment with this prayer. They're resisting against God. They don't even want to seek deliverance from God. So you can pray all you want. You can fast for them. You can do all of that. But if that person is purposely opposing, like the enemy does, if you purposely working against God, you purposely working against this person that's praying for you, it's not going to do nothing. You have to work with God, not work against him. You have to work with him. That person needs to be working with him, not against them. So the prayers, and ain't an amount of prayers that's going to fix it. But the situation I was just talking about with the girl, like, so they basically, the jealous side chick or whatever, she was so jealous of the other girl, and they plotted, her and the boyfriend, the side chick and the boyfriend plotted together to off the girl. And they did while her son was in the car, while she was taking her son to violin lessons at the Dunkin' Donut in Philly. They did this to her. They shot her. The guy walked up and shot her, and the girl was with him, and they conspired to do that. And you know how some of these women really let men get into their heads. All women, because we all have been manipulated by a man because of this ear gate that I be talking about, where we listen to what people say, but we don't pay attention to their actions. That's why men get away with so much, and they can easily put on this mask where they're so charming. Anybody that's too charming, too flattering, that's a red flag. It's a red flag. People are nice, yes. People really, your spouse, your partner, your boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, they really should adore you. But if they over flattering you, that's a red flag. If they come off and appear so charming, but then they hit you with the switcheroo and they switch up in the next minute, and then they try to go back to being that charming person again. Nah, take that version that they showed you, hold on to that. Not in the sense that you dwelling on it so much, but keep that in the back of your head, how what that person showed you, because they took their mask off. Ain't nobody just super nice, super charming, period. We have kind people. I'm a nice person. I'm a kind person. But don't ever think that I'm just super nice where I don't have another side to me if you do something. And don't ever think that. Don't put nothing past nobody. You don't put nothing past nobody. And I know a lot of times we'll put stuff past these guys. We want to believe in them. We want to be super saver nigga. We want to save them because we know what kind of childhood they had. You can't do that. It's not your job to save nobody but yourself and your children. They had a mama, they had a daddy, and they have God that's available to them. They need to go to God. Your job ain't to do that for them. Especially if God ain't assigned you to do that. Especially if you doing that is draining you and depleting you from everything you have. So you got to be careful dealing with these people out here, man, because it's just sad. I'm just seeing it far too often. I've been through my own experiences. A lot of y'all have been through things. I talk to some of y'all sometimes who tell me things, and I just want you to know, when you get an opportunity to get out, don't go back. I don't care what your heart starts saying, the voice that come in your head, the thoughts about the old good times. When you get a chance to escape a toxic person, leave it at that. Leave it at that. When those thoughts come back in your head about the good times that it was, even if it was once in a blue moon, stop harboring on that and understand that that too was just for a moment. That was just a season, and that season has passed. You gotta keep it pushing. You gotta move forward, because one day you might not make it out. You're gonna go back that one time, and that's gonna be the end of you. What's that, because we be having, what's that song called? I don't remember who was rapping it, but it was like, your heart gonna get you zipped up in a body bag. I feel like it was Boosie or Webby. Was it that song, Betrayed? I feel like it was, I don't know if that was the song or not, but when they said that, that was the realest stuff they could have said. He said, your heart gonna get you zipped up in a body bag. Having these big hearts, having these forgiving hearts, you can forgive a person, but that does not mean to reconcile, because the forgiveness is for you so that you don't harbor onto a bunch of hatred in your heart. But to go back and get around these people and let them back in your space, especially in your home is supposed to be your safe haven. If you're in a home and you don't feel safe, you don't feel at peace, you in constant, your body is just can't even rest, and you're in your own home, that's a sign, baby, that person don't need to be in your house. Especially when you have children. Your children are supposed to be able to rest easy in the house. They don't need to hear a bunch of arguing, commotion. Man, it's just, It's too much. And I've been there. I've been in certain situations, and even, we be wanting to just make our families work and have a 2-parent household, and because society puts so much on us, pressure, especially on women, especially as Black women, because of the stigma of being a baby mama and all of this. So we put ourselves in position to bring harm in our life because we want to care about the outside opinions, or we feel like, oh, we got too many kids, we got to stay with you, or we feel like, well, I didn't have my daddy, so I really want her to have her daddy or his daddy, and we really want to make things work with people who you can't make work. They purposely work against you every chance they get. So sometimes you just got to take that L and take it on the chin, because it's life or death out here, man. I'm just keep hearing story after story. And last year, it's so funny because last year I was doing a video on my page about the Ashley Lockhart situation with her baby daddy. They got 6 beautiful kids. Them kids are so beautiful. 6 beautiful girls. And he really stabbed her up like that at the store. Like, he really tricked her, convinced her. She really, but once again, when you have that many kids by a man, you feel like, I gotta stay with him, because either who gonna want me with all these kids, or and as I looked on her page and saw stuff that she was saying, like, people be condemning her for having a bunch of kids, but she was like, but at least all my kids by one man. But look, the one man that took you out of here, and you'll stay in a situation with a person who not good for you because of the stigma that's out here about being a baby mama, about having all these kids, and you want to say, like, at least all my kids is by the same man. But look, that same man is still a bum. That same man is still a man who beats on you, who's still immature, who still don't really even know how to be a stand-up man and be a provider for his household, still don't know how to do the things that a man should do, but you scared of the stigma of what the people saying around you because they judging you, and you want to be able to just say, well, at least he's here, at least this. And we can't do that. But it's just interesting how I thought about her today, and it's exactly like a year later. It's a year later. God works in funny ways, because of just things that I've been talking to him about her dad, my youngest baby dad, because even with him, just like, God had to reveal to me once and for all, like, girl, I got you away for a reason. I got you away for a reason. Don't entertain them. Stop unblocking them. Stop thinking that, okay, maybe he changed. Stop praying. I mean, I can continue to pray for him, but stop. You don't need to open the door. Even if he seemed like he want to do right and he acting like this, but it's just an act. Some of these men are really so obsessed. And as I was looking on that girl baby daddy page, the one who killed her, it's funny how I just was led to that. A year later, I was led back to that. I don't know why I thought about her today. And I looked back on there and I looked him up and I went on his page because his behaviors, the stuff that he says on his page, because once again, this is God confirming to me, don't you try to go back and give this dude access because you really want your daughter to have a dad, because I do be feeling bad sometimes, because it's like, dang, my daughter this baby gonna be just like me. All you got is your mom. She don't have nobody else but me. Whereas my other daughter, she has her dad, she has her family, her dad's side of the family. She see my mama still because her dad talks to my mom and let her see them. She coming back tomorrow because she was with him for the summer and everything, and part of me be just feeling bad because it's like, dang, she get to have her dad, but she can't get to have her dad. And it's not that her dad don't reach out. It's not that her dad don't want to be involved. It's just because I don't feel safe with this man, and I don't really trust him all the way because the stuff that he says, I really feel like he's a creep. But then sometimes I try to be like, okay, maybe he just, we try to justify things or try to, give people the benefit of the doubt, and giving somebody the benefit of the doubt too much, you're going to get yourself harmed. And he showed me once and for all, because I had reached out to him for Father's Day. I had unblocked him because I told you I keep him blocked, because if I don't, he's going to blow me up. So I keep him blocked, and he's very obsessed with me. It's like, after all this time, After all this, and he sent me money, you know, he's just sent me some money, you know, since I unblocked him on Father's Day. I reached out to him on Father's Day, you know, just to tell him Happy Father's Day. And then I had been letting him FaceTime her just to see her. And then, but it's just stuff that he says. It's just weird, you know? And he really has a lot of hate in his heart for me. He has like a love-hate thing with me. He's obsessed. He's obsessed. He said, like, man, I'm not even gonna go all into everything he recently said, but out of nowhere, like, I'm like, I ain't bothering you. I don't rock with you like that. I'm trying to be cool and let you just FaceTime her to see her. You know, he talking about he wanted to come down and get her in October for his birthday. He wanted to come get her and stuff like that. Even though I already know, you're not really gonna come down here. You just saying this stuff. Hey. Come on now. You know, and I'm like, yeah, whatever, you know, because part of me, like, I really do want her to have a relationship with her dad. He's not he is bad. He never did nothing per se, but the stuff that he's saying, like, a person who just randomly come out of nowhere, like, and say some of the stuff he say, to this day, you still making up stuff about me, saying that he looked at my phone records and he knows he's delusional. I mean, he got schizophrenia, bipolar, and for him to say randomly the iPad died, and when it came back on, he ended up calling back, and I answered. And he just get to talking shit. He just really get to talking. He like, man, all he do is accuse me and tell me that I need to be careful and don't be being so pressed for attention. Like, just saying all of this stuff. And so he looked at my phone records and he see that I'm talking to a dude that's 42 years old, and I need to be careful because that nigga a pedophile and he don't want no pedophile niggas around my kids, and I need to be careful, and I need to stop. Like, literally just get the going in, y'all. Get the going in. And I'm like, it's funny that I prayed the day before asking God to reveal once and for all, God, is he somebody I can trust with my daughter? Is he somebody I trust? Because I really feel like he got some pedophile behaviors on him. I really feel like he got a lot of darkness, even stuff that he said over time. Like, he was on a FaceTime with her one day and said something like that he used to be an angel, but now he's a monster. And I know too he has spiritual gifts, but he's dark. He uses his for dark, and he's so obsessed with me. He don't really want me to find no new love. He don't want me to move on. Like, he still just be like talking about he loves me. And even the other day, I had sent him the picture showing her playing with the kitchen, because he sent me money I asked him to send me some money so I could buy her a kitchen. You know, the little toy kitchen. So and then I blocked him right after that because he went saying all of this stuff, and then we got into a argument and all that, because I'm like, bruh, you're weird, you're unprovoked. I'm like, and I'm letting you trigger me. I don't want that, no thank you. And I'm like, this is why I just can't, it's always something with you. Like, it'd be nothing, and then you just start something out of nowhere because of you projecting. He does a lot of projecting, so I really just say all of this to say, just be careful with these dudes. Sometimes you want your kids to have a dad, you want to be a family, you praying, you wishing, and God gonna reveal. Every time I pray, God reveals something. Every time I be like, all right, God, maybe, this is just part of out. But no, he keep confirming, no, I got you far away from this dude for a reason. Sometimes they don't have to have a record. All it takes is they first time to do an offense for them to now be a murderer, be a whatever. And all the stuff that he has said, man, he really said some stuff the other day. And the funny thing is, I was already feeling this because I know he been linking up with my mama and them, and it's just like, and what he said, every time that I talk to him and it get into a big blowout like that, he always say something that my mama said to him about me. But this what he said, I'm not even gonna say it on here what he said, because I really pray that ain't the case. But I really feel like that was confirmation for something that I already was feeling, but I say all of this to say, you guys, we have to move. Hey. We have to tread lightly. We have to move accordingly. Sometimes your desire for that picture perfect family with that person, you know, God might bless you, but just not with that person. And we have to be patient and stop rushing things. A lot of us would not be in these situations had we not rushed it. Had we paid attention to the red flags. Had we checked his records. You know, some of them, like I said, don't have no record. Some of them do. The dude who tried to kill me, he had a record of domestic violence, and he got so offended when I mentioned it to him. You looking me up, this, that, and that. Them lies, them girls lied on me. But no, they didn't. Because, I mean, I see your behavior with me. I see your behavior with me. And then after me, you still went doing the same thing. And you really got locked up this time. You really got locked up this time with that girl. Destroying people's property. You know, it's just sad. We got to pay attention to the signs. Sometimes when stuff feel right, it ain't right. If it don't feel right, it ain't right. Stop trying to think that you can sex him good. Stop thinking that you will be the exception to the rule, that you will be the one to change him, that you will be the one to heal him from all his trauma. Some of these boys, I'm going to call them boys because they grown boys. Some of these girls, little girls in adult bodies, in BBL bodies, but they little girls in the head. They little girls and little boys on a soul level. Lost souls. Some of these people, they are so damaged beyond repair. And it ain't, because one thing about it is I believe that anybody can change, but it takes a hell of a lot of work. And most people are not willing to do the work to change and become better people. Can you stop with your noise while I'm doing my video? When she eats, she always gotta make And the thing is, she looks just like her daddy. Her little big old head. She's so cute. I was thinking, it's so cute. Like, you know, but I don't hate him. I don't hate her dad at all, you know. It just, when he does this stuff, it's just a reminder for me to be like, yeah, I'm glad I'm so far away. I just feel so safe that I'm so far away. I would never give none of them my address. Even my other baby daddy, he can't have my address either. After that whole CPS thing that y'all pulled, and, you know, even today, this child, I ain't trying to really get the going all in the detail, but people be trying to play nice, and that don't mean that you trust them. When people show you who they are, believe them. Even though, you know, I have to have a cordial relationship with him because her dad is a really great dad. You know, he does what he's supposed to do. Even with us living this far away. I got in his tail that time when he was mad, and I told y'all in that video months ago. And ever since I said that to him, like, you missed her and all that. Okay, well, book the flights. You ain't sending me no money no more, so use that same money to book her flights for her to come out there and see you because she can come out there. So we've been doing really great with that. You know, she goes on her breaks, spring break and summer break. She go out there with her dad. And, you know, she coming back tomorrow. He done got her some school shoes and stuff. We really doing this thing, even though I live far away, but I still don't want him to know where I live at. I still don't trust you because of which I feel like he worked with my mama to call CPS on me a couple months back, like I told y'all in them videos. So, you know, I just don't put nothing past nobody, and I feel so safe with nobody knowing where I live at. I know nobody can just pop up on me. I feel safe, and I don't want to jeopardize that for anybody. Like, and when you get to a place where you escape, don't let nobody know where you at. Sometimes you can't even trust your own family with knowing where you live at, depending on what kind of family you have. You know what kind of family you have. You know what kind of people you're dealing with. Take heed to that and move gracefully and move how you need to do to protect you and yours, because at the end of the day, it's only you out here that's gonna really want and protect you the way you need to be protected and the way your kids need to be. Protect your home. Stop opening the door for the enemy to come in, because he's roaring. He's roaring these streets, roaring and seeking who he can devour, whatever the scripture is. But he's a roaring lion seeking who he can destroy, and he's out to get the weak. This is why they come after all the weak women Even the strong women, they'll come after you to dumb you down, because a lot of women might seem strong because they independent, they got it going on, but on a soul level, you weak because you broken from things that are past. You got low self-esteem, and they can sense that out, and they play on that. That's why they come in and charm you and tell you what you want to hear, tell you things that maybe you never heard growing up. They try to inflate your self-esteem by charming you, flattering you. They'll do all of those things. They try to play on your vulnerabilities. They try to make you feel safe. They try to will you in until they got you, and then they expose themselves to who they are. You just gotta believe people when they show you who they are the first time. Stop giving people all these chances. God gives second chances, not you. At least that's what I say. God gives second chances, not me. That second chance might get you zipped up in a body bag. You don't owe nobody no second chance. What that girl said in the comments, she said, you ain't social. She said, you don't owe nobody social. She said, you don't owe nobody second chances. You ain't social services. But it's true. And I'm just seeing so many stories. It's just so many girls that's dying at the hands of a man. So many men that's dying at the hands of women setting them up, at the hands of other men just being monsters, being jealous, the spirit of jealousy, the spirit of envy, the spirit of just wrath, and just these people are really battling the greed, the if I can't have you, nobody can have you. Hey, give me that. They really like, if I can't have you, nobody can. And that's my biggest thing, you know, with her dad. I'm like, you're weird. You really obsessed. You will not stop obsessing. You will not stop talking about stuff from 2 damn years ago. You won't stop. It's just like, you won't stop. We can never move forward because you keep going back and making up lies. You keep, like, for you to sit here and say that stuff, that you found my phone records. First of all, when I tell y'all, literally, don't nobody call me but some telemarketers, bill collectors, and the dang on school keep sending me text messages. I don't talk to nobody. I don't talk to not a single soul, literally. I don't talk to nobody on this phone. Nobody. But my daughter, because she's gone. That's it. I don't talk to nobody. So it's like, for you to even come up with these lies and say that you went and found my phone record, and you know I'm talking to some man and he's 42 years old and I need to be careful with him, always trying to project this fear onto me and trying to act like I'm dumb. It's because you know that I should have never messed with you, and you was dark, and you had those dark secrets about yourself, and now you projecting that onto everybody else, because you know that even when I first got with him, I'm never gonna forget, and he was sitting in my car and we was smoking, and he said, I can't believe you dealing with me. Like, anybody who say that means you need to run fast, because it's something, because their mask is presenting one way, but on the soul level, they know who they really are. They know how dark they really are on the inside. So they can't believe you messing with a person with a dark spirit like that on them. But you don't know that, because they only presenting to you the mask. They presenting to you that charming, loving person. They presenting that to you. But they know on a soul level that they're really dark inside. They know that they're really dark, but you don't know that. And then when they say that, they like, wow, she don't really see who I am. She's only seeing this mask. She's believing this. So they can't believe that you dealing with them, because it's like, dang, you really think I'm this nice guy that I portray to be. This is why people be saying, oh, nice guys finish nice, because nice guys really don't be freaking nice either. Yeah. Ain't nobody that nice. It's not your job to be super nice in the world. You should be kind. You should be, generous to a degree, but it's not your job to be super nice to everybody. You don't have to walk around just being like, it's nice to speak to people and all that, be kind, like I said, but you don't have to be portray like you super nice and all this. That's fake. That's fake. For people that you care about, of course you're gonna be nice to them and loving to them, but you don't have to all of that. This is why they say nice guys finish last, because a lot of them nice guys don't really be nice in all actuality. They put on those charming acts and to will you in, and then they show you who they really are. That's what they do. So you really gotta be careful, because they'll take your life. And after looking on that dude page again today, the Ashley Lockhart baby daddy situation, and watching the video again, how he literally, you convinced her. He probably convinced her, because they had a 5-month-old. They had 6 kids, but the youngest was 5 months. And after looking on his page, I'm like, dang, he talked like my baby daddy, like her dad. Like, just immature. And he don't got social media and stuff. My baby dad don't have social media and stuff. But that's because he He weird. Anybody with all these aliases, you know, street dudes. But when a lot of people have a nickname, but if they got so many aliases and all these different, like just too many aliases, that's a red flag. That's how you know they're confused with their identity. Okay. They have identity issues. You got too many different names that you go by and all of that. And all these different Facebook pages this dude had. And like the stuff that he says. He literally was plotting on his baby mama from a year before he even actually did the act to her. It's like, to look at his post, it was like, it's like, dang, you was premeditating this. You really was planning this. You really do. You know, and you just gotta listen to what people say. And when people show you who they are, believe them. Stop thinking that, oh, I've been with him since high school. I've been with him for this many years. All it takes is one time, baby. All it takes is one time. All it takes is one time. And when I watched that video today, I was just like, dang. She was just sitting in the car, her van. She's sitting in there on her phone, and he goes to the store. He go in the store 8 o'clock in the morning. Mind you, this the same time that my baby daddy came pull up at my house that day. Like, came that early in the morning. You don't pop up at nobody's house at 8 o'clock in the morning, bruh. That's not what you do. And especially after we just been beefing. Why are you at my house at 8 o'clock in the morning? You don't need to be at my house that early. And I already told you I don't like that popping up stuff, because the last dude used to do that popping up stuff. And we see where that almost got me. Smoke. That's the whole reason I even left out my house, when that dude told me he was gonna come. He was ready to come to my house. Like, when we went on the speed chase and all of that, and ended up at the child. So I don't like people popping up on me. Don't do that. I don't want you. I don't want you to pop up on me. That's not okay. And if you telling a person things that you don't like, and they continuously keep doing it, they continuously keep making jokes out of certain situations, and you telling them, hey, that's not funny to me. Hey, I don't really like that, and they keep doing it, that's a sign that they don't really care about you. And a person like this who said, he literally, I just hate you, but I love you. I'm just listening to him on the voice memo thing the other day, and I'm like, I ain't even respond, because for one, you're done, you're blocked. But on my laptop, it comes through on there, and I listen to it. I ain't respond, but I'm like, listen to what he's saying. Like, he's crazy. You really don't know how to feel about me. Even that day when he got triggered, he was like, I'm just sorry. I don't know. He was like, man, I'm stupid. I just got triggered out of nowhere. Like, just, yeah, because the enemy playing them tricks on your head, and you delusional. And now you coming after me, and you just can't. All right, go put that back. And you can't play those type of games with people. It's a thin line between love and hate. And in that one instance, you might love the person, and in the blink of an eye, the jealous spirit that's on these people, that, especially these men who are not doing what they know that they should be doing. They know that the woman deserves better, but they don't want to let her go so she can have better. They know it, so they want to hold on to you. And they keep accusing you of doing all the things that they know that they're doing or have done in the relationship, but they projecting it onto you. And they know they really don't deserve you. So they'll feel like, well, if I can't have you, no one can. And that's my greatest fear. It's like, if I'm scared to even link up with you. And I told him, even if you come down here, we got to meet at the Galleria, because put my stuff back, put it back. And we got to meet at the Galleria. But even still, some of these dudes, they don't care about being in a public place. When they want you there, that spirit on them, that demonic Satan spirit that's on them, wants to kill you, wants to destroy you. So they don't care who's around. Some of these dudes are on the down low, so they ready to go to jail. They ready to go to jail or go back to jail to be booty bandits, to live their little promiscuous, desireful, fetishful life that they live, with the behind the scenes stuff that they do. You just got to be very careful, because a lot of these men are living secret lives. Living a different life with a woman, got a man, they got a side chick, a boyfriend on the low, and they be married. They got a baby mama, they got a girlfriend, but yet they still got a side chick that's a woman, a side chick that's a dude, side chick that's a trans. They got a lot going on, and they fighting so many demons. A lot of them been so messed up from childhood, and they've been fighting with them demons ever since. Fighting with them ever since. And it's only getting worse. It's only getting worse. Their desire, their lust, everything that they're battling against, it's only growing stronger and stronger. And now they're after anybody that they can. And they going after people that have these big hearts, the empaths, the ones who want to save them. Because they can play a role, and then you'll suck them in. You'll move them into your house. You'll let them in your life. Like I said, we be opening the door for the enemy. No. Pay attention to the signs, baby, because it's life or death. Some of these dudes is creepy. Look up their history. Look up their past. If they talk about their ex too much, like, it's so many different things. You just got to pay attention, because the signs be there. The signs be there. It's up to us to use our discernment, listen to our intuition, and use our discernment and have that judgment that we need to have to avoid us being another news story of another mother dead, leaving these kids behind. Another mother that was killed in front of her kids. The other dude that strangled the girl. Her kids was home. You told them that mama in there sleep whole time. Mama in there dead because you done strangled the dang on girl. Just these men and some of these women too. And that's why I don't even trust them, because some of these girls, you gotta be careful with these dudes and they side chicks, because they side chicks be wanting your spot so bad. These girls be hating on you so bad because the man got so much. The man can't stop talking about you. The man pillow talks with her talking about you. And then it makes her jealous, because it's like, you did this to him, or why he love you, why he talk about you, why he do all of this for you. Just like so many people with my baby dad, he's obsessed with me. And any girl that, I don't know if he deal with them or not, because I don't know what the hell he be having going on. But they'll get mad. Oh, she did this, she took your baby, she did this, and you sending her money, you doing this, you doing that, you still obsessed with her, you still talk about her all the time. And they'll end up hating me. They'll end up hating you too, because the way that man is so obsessed over you, the way that man love you, and they want to get with the things that he give you or used to give you, they want it too. And if he don't give it to them, they'll be mad at you because he did that stuff for you but won't do it for them. A lot of girls like that, like, baby, you not me. So don't be mad, because first of all, I don't want these clowns. But baby, don't be mad because what he did for me, he won't do for you. Don't be mad. And they'll be trying to plot with him to kill you, and they can easily convince these girls. So many women, most women that's locked up right now, they locked up behind being goofy for a man. If they wasn't stealing, because a lot of them be locked up for stealing to boosting and all of that stuff. But if they ain't locked up for that, 9 times out of 10, they locked up behind a man. Either holding his drugs, holding his gun, killing somebody for him, or they might have set a dude up for another dude. It's just wild out here. It's ruthless. It's heinous. The stuff that these people are doing out here is too much. And you can't walk around in a state of fear, but you do need to have discernment when you're dealing with folks. And you got to realize it's a lot more hurt people out here. It's a lot more broken people out here than it is unbroken. Truth be told. So you got to be careful with who you're dealing with. You can't be rushing for love. You got to just let things flow how it should. Don't let nobody rush you. Because truth be told, I let this dude rush me. I really wasn't ready for a relationship. But I'm like, oh, he was nice to me. You know, he bought me on Love Bomb. He bought me all this stuff. So I feel like, dang, I owe you. I can't just ditch you now. And even still, I still try to ditch him. And he get the cry. I ain't never seen a dude cry like that. So I was like, for one, and that's what I'm saying. You got to know when stuff is weird. I done dealt with so many guys and never had somebody to act like him. It's like, you're weird. You're strange. You're strange. And you got to just pay attention to that, especially when it's like, you know, but then in another sense, it's like, dang, you got something on a spiritual level too. I really do connect because we got some similar history, and he's chosen for sure. But because he took his pain and made him produce evil. It made him evil. He's like a dark empath, or like he's dark. He's narcissistic, but he can have fake empathy for you. That's why I say he's a covert narc. Those the worst kind. Those the worst kind because they're so charming. They play like they for you, but really they have a deep hate for you. They just hold it in. But because it's like he be in tune. He like, I don't know. That's why I think he be doing some type, like, I be wondering, like, how do you know some of this stuff that you know? And I have not seen you. You don't know my business because I don't tell you that stuff. Like, so it's like you really are spying into my life, and it's creepy. But that's how I know he has spiritual gifts. He's a black sheep too, and he's chosen. And he uses his spiritual gifts that God gifted him. He uses it for evil. He uses it to do dark magic and stuff like that, and doing these curses on my love life and on my finances because you jealous and all type of stuff like that. Like, you got to listen to what people say when they get mad and they spill this stuff out that they've been holding in. Listen to what they say. Listen to what they say, especially when they said it more than once. Every time they get mad, this is where they go to. This is the place that they try to hit at you. Listen to what they say, you know. But I'm gonna leave this video here. Ma'am, why is she over here? She always going in that freezer, y'all, and taking stuff out, and she eats cold stuff. Keep going in my freezer. She eating my bread for my sandwiches. Child, I gotta go. But yeah, y'all, just a lot of y'all know, because you've been through it. You might be going through it right now. But when you get your chance to get out, baby, please run and don't ever look back. I know it may hurt because you want your family. You want this person to change. You having hope and faith that this person will change. But baby, if it's meant to be, allow God to separate you. And if it's meant to be, he'll reunite it once he cleansed that person from the darkness that they're suffering from. Once he pulled them up out of darkness and cleansed them and purify that water up and purify their soul and start to heal them and mend them to be the person that they need to be for you. And mend you too to be the person that you need to be for them and be the person that don't accept certain behaviors anymore. You let God work on y'all too individually. And if it's meant to be, he'll bring you back. But a lot of times he's giving you signs that, hey, it's time to break away because he knows the heart of that person. He knows their intentions. He knows their thoughts. He knows. And even with my baby dad, he said that too, because he got so mad that day. He said, he's like, I hate your God. I hate your God. I was like, dang, I didn't even say nothing. All I said was, because he the type who think that because he never actually committed certain acts, he never put his hands on me, he never did stuff that other guys may have done. He thinks that because he haven't done certain things out, that he's still innocent. But I said, God judges your thoughts. God knows your thoughts and he knows your heart. So even if the thought alone of doing it, you will get reprimanded for even thinking like that. Because you think because you didn't act on a thought that you still safe. But the fact that you even let those thoughts conjure up in your head and you think on that stuff and you have all of this stuff built up in you, he knows that. This is why he'll remove a person from you. They might not have done nothing to you, but because God knows, God lives on the inside of us. And he sees, he knows you. He put you together, so he knows your heart. He judges a man by his heart. So he sees your heart posture. He see where you at. He see what you feeling inside. He's seeing that rage. He's seeing that hate, that love-hate split that you have. He's seeing all of that stuff. And I said that to him. I said, well, it's about your thoughts. You don't have to act on it, but the mere thought alone is the reason why you get in trouble. Is the reason why you'll is the reason why you'll get in trouble. Is the reason why you'll get reprimanded. Is the reason why he'll cause people to split. This is why God got me out of there way sooner. You ain't had to do nothing yet. But he knew what was on your heart. He knew what was going on in your brain. He knew that spirit that was on you that you was operating from. So he removed me out the way. Had I not listened, who knows where I would be today. And if I keep entertaining him and end up letting him in my space around me and my daughter, who's to say? But, who's to say I would who's to say I would still be alive? God will get you away. He's trying to get you away before things do get to that point because he see where that person is headed. Just like with baby girl Ashley, I know she felt something on her. I keep saying, I've been saying it all day. I'm like, I know God put something on her that made her uneasy, that made her, but she just trusting and believing that he won't do that. We've been together since we were 18. He wouldn't do that. Mind you, she had a protective order on him, and she probably just was like, well, let me just let him see the girls. We got a 5-month, let me just let him see his baby, you know? And he plotted to get up in that morning and go to the store, and came out the store with the knife or whatever that was in his hand that he stabbed her up with. It was a knife, because they say he left the knife in her head. That's a hate crime. You hated that girl. You loved her so much to the point that you hated her because she didn't want you no more. And that's what my baby daddy was. You mad? I don't want you no more. And you can't take it. It's like, I never seen a person like this who you still so hopeful. You still like, move on. We wouldn't even have to be at this point if you really would have been realized that I was done. I didn't want you no more. I just wanted you to be able to get your child and let's co-parent. But your obsession with me, these men will be obsessed with you, that they'll want to take you out of here. Don't even care about the kids that you're leaving behind. Now the kid ain't gonna have no parents because you're so selfish. You're that selfish. You don't care that you killing me. He killed that girl. Now you locked up, so now the children don't have no parents. And sometimes they don't care. The spirit on them don't care about that. The demon on them is seeking to destroy, and they be letting the demon just take over their body, and they don't care, you know? And it's just sad. It's really sad, because stuff don't have to be the way it is. Everything ain't meant to last, and if it don't, you can't, man, just move on. Yes, it's hurt. Yes, you're gonna have heartbreak. Yes, okay. But people are not obligated to stay with you. You came in this world alone, you're gonna leave alone. And there's gonna be several points throughout your lifetime that you won't need to spend alone, because it's through spending time alone that you get to know yourself, that you get to work on yourself, that you get to figure out who you really are, what you really need, and not just settling for because of your loneliness and your desperation. You know, I can go on about this all day. This video almost an hour long. And it's just sad, and I pray for any of y'all out there that's going through any of these issues. If you've been through these issues, I just pray that you learned from it, and that you seek safety, and that you continue to move and use your discernment to protect you and to protect your children, because that's what it really ultimately matters about. So many kids growing up without parents, and because of us wanting to have love and wanting to be too trusting. And we trusted the enemy and opened the door for the enemy to come in and kill us right in front of our children. You know? It's sad, you know? But I'll see y'all in the next video. I really just wanted to just talk about this because it really just was on my heart. And I just think it's crazy how God brought me back to that story about Ashley today. You know, literally a year later. And that dude still, he's in jail, and he's still going, he got another court date at the end of this month or something. And they need to give him life, because what that dude did was wicked. Wicked. And just to see it on video and to see that his daughter is going to be able to see that. They're going to be able to see their dad killing their mom. It's out there on every news station, the video, the surveillance of what he did. And I just be wondering, like, they're early in the morning, where was the kids that they must have been left in the house sleep? He probably said they was going to the store to get some blunts. Like, and she rode with him, sat in the car, he came back, and just to see it, you can just see the attack he did on her. Like, it's just, but after seeing my own switch up like that, and then for him to say, like, I don't know what got, he really beats himself up when that's how you know you got some demons. And your brain is off, baby. Be careful with that, man. Be careful. You know, I know we all got some issues, because I got some craziness with me too, but I'm not that loose. Like, I'm not delusional. Like, I ain't sitting up there making up a whole bunch. I'm not making up lies and all of this stuff either. You know, but my phone keep losing storage, and it's about to die now. So I'll see you guys in the next video.